Welcome back to another episode, guys. Thank you guys for coming and hang out with us tonight. Welcome, everybody. Nefty, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Good, good, good. Thank you for having me, big guy. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Good
always
evening,
being
everyone
here.
else.
Yes, thank you for always being here, my friend. You're always here when I need people. So thank you.
I'm
Um,
retired.
it's like I'm retired.
I got nothing to do.
We got, let's see who else is in here tonight.
Oh, the doorbell.
Oh, Joker Jay,
There he is.
welcome. Nice to
The
see
man, the myth, the legend.
Joker Jay in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
All
What's
right,
up?
so let's prep, guys. So, for those who were around yesterday, obviously, as you guys know, there is no action from Hot Toys at all. Besides some Cos Baby stuff that they've been, some Darth Vaders that they did, which it is what it is for those who collect that. But guys, it looks like we have some action in the community regarding Jazz Inc. Right? So they did their Q&A. Like we said, it was going to happen. And so we're going to get into that conversation. Obviously, unless something else comes up, if you guys have another topic that you want to get into, obviously, this is the whole point of this show is just, random topics. Whoever comes up with a topic and we want to get into it, we'll get into it. Also, you in the chat as well. If you guys want to get into something specific, just let us know. But let me say hello to the chat real quick before we get started. Then it's time to talk shit. So we have Bobo. Bobo, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
How you doing?
Welcome. Good evening, hanger outers. Slap that thumbs up. Yes, guys, it's 15 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome. We have Luch in the house with the super chat. What up, collectors? Got back from home. This guy. Thank you for being here, my friend. Welcome. I thought you were joining.
Yeah, I thought so too. What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Why are you not backstage right now? Like, I don't know. I think he's doing the super chat so he could get out of being backstage. You know what I mean? He's like, here you go. Here's your $3.99 after tax. We have Rudy in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Says Jazz ain't talking big game. Well, I didn't watch, guys. I didn't watch. Obviously, you guys.
Oh,
But I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents on the whole situation as usual, because I think it's gonna get juicy. We got Giovan in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We have Carter in the house. Welcome, my friend. He says, Yo said that he sent out an influencer batch of 40 units first to select customers whose feedback he values.
yes, he said
man.
that. Yeah.
Do you guys think he values mine? Oh, man.
I'd be real shocked if you got a surprise package.
It wouldn't be. What?
Invite him to the show, man. You got to invite him to the show, man.
That's what I said. Bring him on. Let's talk about
Come on, bro. He's a gentleman. Bring him on.
I'm okay. Thank you, guys. We got.
Shut up.
How are you, my friend? Welcome. Yeah, no, I don't play. You know what? You know what they say when you play stupid games?
Stupid prizes.
Yeah, exactly. I don't play those games. So that's why I would never. Again, no disrespect to him at all. It's just something that it's not appealing to me. Same thing with in art, same exact joke. You know what I mean? It's just like, what's the point? And I understand why the community enjoys these streams and watches these streams, because they expect to be told that gold and diamonds are coming up the figure's butthole, but it's never the case. You know what I mean? So that's why nothing that anybody could say is exciting. Is, oh my God, this is great, until anything is out for us to see, whether it's a prototype, whether it's, something that's tangible, then it becomes more real. but you're not going to show me renderings. You're not going to show me pictures of things that aren't even, anywhere near even being close to, being made as a topic, So that's why I don't even get excited about any of this, because it's pointless. Obviously, like I said, there's nothing wrong with watching this. There's nothing wrong with listening to this and getting excited for this, because we're in a collecting community. So it's obviously a normal thing, right? For people to get excited over.
Do intros so we can talk about it.
Huh?
Do intros so we can talk about it.
What do you mean intros?
Say hi to all these people and then we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah. No, I am. I was just...
and before you stop, do me the solid. The hot toy in our video.
Supposedly he's making over 2,000. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into all that. When Carter says Fabs is getting the number 000. Fabs getting one of those 40. Imagine. Oh man. You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen, Rudy?
I don't think so.
Oh man. Let's see who else in the house. You can't spell influencer without influencer chill without that is very true, my friend. That is very true.
Yo, where's Brad?
Oh, Brad, no. Brad, I think he's collecting. He's at the in-art store right now. Man. Rudy says, oh, and the Catwoman, he's going to have an early prototype, but they don't know what the body will be or the material of the suit. That's fun. Yep. That sounds very, very promising. We're going to make you something. We don't know made out of what, but we'll make it for you. That sounds like fun on USA. We got Harold in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Here, you made it. We got Rob. We said hello to Rob. Let's see who else is in here. We got the Nightmare in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you? Welcome. We got Michael in the house. Welcome, my friend. Bob is cracking. Bob. Oh my God. We got Chris in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Who else is in here? All right, so we did it. All right, so let's get started. So first, let's see. Oh, we got Josue in the house, my friend. Welcome. I'm sorry I missed you. You welcome. We got Jerry in the house. How are you, my friend?
Babs.
Go ahead.
The Great Brain Robbery says I didn't get a link. I guess you want to come in?
Oh, I didn't know. Hold on.
It says it at the bottom.
Yeah, let me link you up, Michael.
And Fabs, do me a solid when you get ready. Play that Hot Toys in Art video.
Which one?
Whichever, bro.
Which was your favorite?
I like the one. It's the two little kids karate.
Oh, well. So this is what is gonna happen as soon as Jazz Inc. comes out with their figure. Somebody, I'm not even gonna say Hot Toys. Somebody's gonna do this to Jazz Inc. Oh my God, that is so great.
Yo, somebody at the door.
Michael, welcome.
What's up?
You made
What's up, bro?
Nice to see you. Welcome. We got Big Dog in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Look at you. On time for once. Always late. Always showing up an hour and a half late. I don't know.
Yikes.
Oh man. All right, guys. So first comment I want to go over is the uncarded. So this one. Okay, so Nefty, what do you think? How do you think this is going to affect the figure? Meaning, how obviously when I see something like this,
yeah,
we know where this is going. We know who this is going to. Okay,
well,
go ahead.
Yeah, when this was mentioned during the stream, it was under the context that it was in regards to quality control. So he was going to send it to these 40 people, bang it up, do what they have to do. Now, we're hoping these 40 people are honest, because if you're going to say sunshine,
Exactly,
you're going to mess up a lot of people in the community that are maybe new collecting, and wind up getting into something that probably not worth it. I said it in the first time when we started talking about Jazz Inc. and his figures, that he's coming up with these figures in a community that can be very tough, So he knows he needs to bring his A game. He's experienced dealing with the cards and the dioramas, and and all the issues that come out of it. Now, for disclaimer purpose, I own 10 Jazz Inc. products, so I've had issue with 2 of them, and he took care of both of the issues. So I know that quality control issue is part of this game. You understand? But he took care of me. So that's all I gotta say. So
what's crazy, Nefty? You know what's crazy, Nefty? You said you own how many?
10.
Having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
10 items for him. But just so people know where I'm coming from, I put it out there that and each one, again, 2 issues that I had with out of the 10 products, and he took care of them, and personally, actually, because he personally emailed me, and by no means am I an influencer. I'm a Joe Schmo. I've been on your channel 3 or 4 times, but I'm by no means got any followers or any social media, platform.
Wait, so what did you say? You got an email that you're getting one?
No, I got as in regards to this, I am going to be purchasing the Catwoman. Obviously, I want to be informed more. I want to see what they're going to have, and I hope you fans can follow through and see, give the guy a chance, see what the product is about.
One thing I want to do.
Wrong. You do own his voucher, so you do own a figure from him. You understand?
No,
I don't own no figures from him.
You guys know that I did that with InArt. I bought the Joker, to be able to speak on the product, to own their very first product.
And then you got the clown?
And then I bought the Pennywise just because, so I got 2, right? So any other time, right? I would say, you know what, to try the figure, let me buy it. Okay. Like I did InArt. I'm not against, jazzing like that, where I'm so against trying their stuff. No. The problem is I already know. Okay. I already know what to expect from that company. Period. That's just me. I'm not saying that you guys should feel the same. This is how I feel. Right. So I already know personally what to expect from this company. And all that's going to happen is I'm going to get it. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to be disappointed and say, just like every other time, and say, I should have known better because I know better. Right. So that's why I wouldn't even bother. Again, you guys, I hope it's the best thing in the world. I hope it comes out great for all of you guys who are getting it. It has nothing to do with, wishing that they make a bad figure or hoping that they make a bad figure. It has nothing to do with that. Like I tell you guys all the time, if he becomes a billionaire tomorrow, good for him. If he goes broke tomorrow, sucks for him. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't do anything for me. So it has nothing to do with a personal issue. It's just after spending the amount of money that I've spent to get the type of product in hand that I got, it'll never be worth it. And I fell for it. I'll never fall for it again. And you can say, well, the figure is not as expensive. Fine. But that means that if he's selling it at 300, 350,
300, yeah,
he's making a profit. So therefore, it's already cheaper than that. Therefore, I don't need it. You know what I mean?
What's weird about that too is he was saying how he's like Hot Toys does such huge numbers,
yes,
that they have more access to tooling and probably fabricators and things that can he said it would make things a lot easier and he could do more if he had Hot Toys kind of production numbers. So by saying that, inadvertently what he's admitting to is that he cannot do as good a job as what they could do because he can't quite get access to those things because he's not doing those numbers. So I thought that was kind of odd to say that he guaranteed that he would have the best of the 3 between him, who is it, Eternal and Mars.
Right.
He says, I guarantee you that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I had a problem with the when he said that. It made me say, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on the fact that he can guarantee his quality yet. I know he wants to give us the best quality. I know his intentions are pure, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see when the figures come out.
But that's like kind of like giving him a little pass, you know, right? Like, oh, his intentions are good, but we know we ain't gonna get shit. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't.
Oh, but I don't know that. What I'm saying is we gotta gamble a little. I think the leap of faith. I mean, he's beginning. We've nothing to go off of.
Yeah.
Right.
Pass.
I'm sorry, Jay, what you mentioned when he was talking about was he talking more about that he lacks the ability to have the volume of Hot Toys, or was he talking about more the given all the tools that Hot Toys had that he couldn't make it that good? I thought it was more about volume, that he couldn't compete with volume when he was talking about that.
Right, but he also alluded to it in the context of when they were asking him, like, well, because he keeps saying you're going to get this as your stock figure, and then if we go above and beyond what I figured would be our minimal order, then I can start adding things to it. So he was saying that Hot Toys, with the massive volume that they do, they have the ability, the facilities, the finances to do the extra stuff cheaper.
Got it. Now
that's what I got out of it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
What do you think of this?
He shouldn't get a pass, period. I'm sorry, but he's been doing all the vehicles and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he's doing at this point.
Yep.
And at this point, he said, I'm going to start doing a figure. Okay, you're coming out swinging with this figure. This is not the figure I would come out swinging with.
Right.
No, it's a huge gamble.
And said, let's go for, I don't know, another Batman that everybody will buy because everybody loves Batman. Batman sells.
All right.
Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be any specific Batman. He could do any number of Batman. He could do a comic Batman. He could do Pattinson Batman. He could do Bale Batman, whatever. But coming out swinging with, of all the figures, for Catwoman, that thing better be pristine, no matter if he only makes 250 units or he makes 5,000 units.
Yeah.
One thing, be a knockout.
I remember she called him.
One thing I'm noticing too is, Michael was saying something about getting into the figures. I think that his goal by picking Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman was to kind of take a figure, hoping that nobody had made her in 6 scale. So he's like, you know what? There's nothing to compare it to. There's nothing out there that they could say, oh, this is not like this. So I think that he counted on that. When he realized that Eternal and Mars Toys were doing it as well, or I feel like Mars Toys came out first with the tease, and then they did, and then Eternal, and then them. I think that's when he started feeling a little bit of heat, like, oh man, I thought we were going to be alone in this. Now they have something to compare it to. But the fact that he's saying, you guys just said it because I didn't watch, that he can guarantee it'll be the best one out of the 3. I can tell you that by just giving us a good body, that alone, compared to the other 2 figures, will win that aspect of it, right? Just when it comes to the body alone. We know that Mars Toys bodies are not great. I don't know Eternal, but I can tell you they're crap. Okay? I don't know what their bodies are like, but when it comes to the actual fully finished figure, it's not great. So if they could give us, you guys, a good quality body, good articulation, good proportion, a good fit for the suit, I think they have a chance, because the moment it looks proper, I think that's it. Right? What you could get into it deeper with articulation and poses and flexing, right? That's just the next level, right? But if you could have the figure just literally standing in museum pose, holding the whip or making some type of face, or with a faceplate or whatever, if it looks decent just like that, I think the figure will be a hit. And I don't mean it'll be a 10, but it'll be a figure that people will be happy with, and it'll give Jazz Inc. a boost in confidence regarding future projects.
Well, he said they're going to do custom bodies, right?
Yeah.
So again, this is where what he promises for the money, I don't understand sometimes, because if he's going to give us, Hot Toys doesn't give us custom bodies. They put fat suits on things.
Correct.
They use standard bodies and they beef them up in areas that they need to, and they utilize the suit to help achieve other looks and stuff like that.
It depends.
They
It
use
depends
their
on
own
the figure. Correct. Well, Hot Toys makes their own bodies, and they'll modify their own bodies.
Okay, so there you go. What I'm saying is they modify them, right?
Right.
So they're not spending their money in that department when they're making a figure.
Correct.
They're taking cheap cuts, but he has less ability with less backing to make an equal product, but he's going to somehow make a custom body, whereas that's the area that Hot Toys skips on because there's ways around that. But the body's got to be perfect because the suit has to be skin tight. It's going to show every curve. Everybody's going to compare it because she's kind of a sex symbol. You know what I mean? So everybody's going to look at it from every angle and say, does this look like her? Does this like a doll, in fake latex?
Yep. She's very curvy. She's very round. You know what I
and
mean?
not knowing what they're going to make the suit out of.
And at that moment of the conversation, Joker J's, when the issue of seamless body being a recommended type of body, because it supposedly fills the body up more and it doesn't allow for those crinkles. She's going to be wearing a latex suit versus a standard body will have gaps and things can get pinched and throw the look off.
I feel like even so, if you use a what do you call it, a seamless body, I think if you bend the elbow, it's still going to bunch up. The material has to bunch up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because it's going to be stuck on the skin very, very tightly. So anytime you bend, the material's coming with it. What were you saying, Mike?
I was going to say Michelle Pfeiffer is not like a voluptuous type woman by any stretch of the imagination. Like,
but with that suit, though, she looks very thick.
Did we watch the same movie, Fabs? Because I'm pretty certain no. She was still about my pinky thick.
Maybe I'm
Did you watch the movie?
No, I think I downloaded the wrong movie. So we have another comment by Carter. He says, supposedly he's making over 2,000 units total, all sanded and assembled by hand. He's sweating. I think that he's trying to buy himself some more time because the project is delayed again. So here's one thing, and I talked to the guys about this, and I talked to Carter about this too. So one thing that it sounds like to me that he's doing, okay? So from what I understand, he mentions that Hot Toys has made 60,000, or he was told by God knows who, that Hot Toys made 60,000 Catwoman figures, okay? So
Anne Hathaway.
Right.
Yeah.
So, correct. So can he
figure that isn't selling well?
Huh?
A figure that isn't selling well.
Well, so here's the thing. So this is why I don't that statement doesn't make sense. But let's say that's the case, right? Hot Toys made 60,000 Catwoman figures. That why would they do that? Who knows? Again, I don't believe that. Can it be true? I guess anything's possible. Does it make sense to me? Absolutely not. And I'm going to explain to you why. For those who've been following me for a while and been watching my stream for a while, and were watching me when I was streaming with other people without even having a channel, one thing I always said was, when it comes to any toy company, period, and when it comes to female figures, they don't make as many as they do any given male figure, period. That's just a fact. And a great example is, try to go backward for a Princess Leia Kenner figure and see how easy it is to come by her. Just to come by her, not for cheap, just to come by her. Why? She wasn't made as much as everybody else. Again, a female, men collectors very rarely go looking for female figures. Obviously, there are many who do, and many love, Wonder Woman, Catwoman, whoever it is, right? But it's not your norm.
McFarlane said it.
Huh?
Yeah,
McFarlane said that.
Said what?
He said the the girls don't want to play with action figures and the boys don't want to buy the girls. He goes,
Oh,
so we
okay,
don't
yeah.
make as many women because they
Right.
just don't sell. Because
Okay,
somebody was trying to give him crap about it being sexist or whatever. He goes, no, it's about money, like everything.
Right, exactly. So, perfect. I'm glad you said that. I never heard him say that, but I'm glad you said that because it goes right into what I'm saying. So, exactly what Joker J just said, right? It's all about money. Why would they overproduce a female side character from a movie, right? Even though Catwoman is a big deal side character, she's still a side character. Number two, it's a 2.0 figure that's supposed to make her more appealing, right? Everybody ended up disliking that head sculpt more than they did the first one. So that right there was a mess up. Number three, a side character female at 60,000 pieces that apparently it's still available on Sideshow right now. But Bane, who is a male updated figure, clearly more popular, just the fact that he's a male. Number two, updated male figure, right? Everybody's who had or doesn't have the let me go with the people who have. Anybody who has the original Bane knows the articulation limitations when it comes to that specific pose, which is why they did it. They updated the Bane to a 2.0 body, or at least a more flexible body to achieve that grabbing your vest pose that is very iconic in the movie. So you're gonna tell me that normally let's go with Hot Toys. Hot Toys will make a certain amount of male figures, right? Clearly and obviously way more than any female figure. So you're going to tell me that Hot Toys made 60,000 Catwoman figures. Obviously, what does that mean? Bane had to be made way more Bane figures than 60,000. So how many did they make? 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, 100,000, and he's waitlisted on Sideshow all of a sudden? That makes absolutely zero sense. Period. There is no way that Hot Toys exactly. There is no way that Hot Toys would never make those 60,000 anything.
But
where are they going?
You're comparing the wrong things, though. They produce less women per year characters, but in this instance, Catwoman is a bigger name than Bane. I could definitely see them making more of her in this run, but not more women overall throughout the year. You see what I'm saying? Catwoman's a name that goes back to the beginning of Batman.
Absolutely.
Bane didn't come around until much later.
Absolutely. Yeah. Correct. 90s. Absolutely. But who's more of a badass? Period.
They're money. It's not badass. It's money.
No. It's absolutely badass because a character will make you to spend more money over another character. Absolutely. So,
right. But the name Catwoman, regardless of what film, is a bigger attention getter.
Correct. So
if Jazz Inc. was making a Bane right now, we wouldn't be as excited as we are.
No.
No, that's not true because we don't know which version of Bane's that would be. Remember, there's animated Bane.
Oh, I disagree.
Comic book Bane.
I disagree.
There is Arkham Asylum Bane, for example. There is movie Bane. So depending on whatever, right? That's another conversation. But what I'm comparing specifically is, you're talking about the Catwoman name. Fine. Why is she still sitting if the name is such a big deal? Because they made a lot? Absolutely not. If the name was such a big deal and Hot Toys knows this and Hot Toys says, well, guess what? People love Catwoman more than Bane because she's more of a big deal. Let's make 60,000. Why is she sitting? You're going to tell me that Hot Toys recklessly makes 60,000 figures over a name? Absolutely not.
Hot Toys already sold them. That's where I think you're thinking about this a little bit wrong. Sideshow can sell out. Sideshow can do all this stuff. They're a North American distributor.
No. I know what you're saying.
Makes X amount and then sends it out, and they're done with it.
No, and they send them worldwide. I understand.
So they can overproduce. It doesn't hurt them at all.
No, absolutely. But my point is that number, right? Because again, so you know that I understand what you're saying. Hot Toys can make 1 million figures, and obviously they're not going to be sold at Echo Base, Rebel Base, and Secret Base, right? They're going to go worldwide. That's why they're licensed worldwide. So I understand that, right? They can make 1 million, they can make 2 million for all we know. What I'm saying is that because of, specifically what's been going on with the whole amount of figures that Sideshow's sitting on, how many you think out of those 60,000 Sideshow got? If that's even a number, how many would you assume that they got?
Well, that's what I'm curious about thinking about, because we can trace that back to how much we think Hot Toys is actually making. Because if they are, so here we go again with the what's limited. If we believe that Hot Toys only gets 500 of a piece in, what percentage of a standard release is that? Is it really limited? Because if it's 5% of a standard release, then we got to do the math, and that means that they get 10,000 pieces in on a standard release. Does that sound about right? Because if it's like 20% of a standard release,
than 60.
no, but that's just Sideshow. So if they have 30,
okay,
if they have 30 territories and they send 2,000 each territory, that's 60,000 worldwide. That's not as big a number as you think. But I do think that 60,000 does sound a little high for Catwoman. I'm not arguing that fact. I think
that's all I'm arguing. That's all I'm arguing is that fact.
Yeah, but I don't think it's off by that much. I don't think it's off by that much that it really should change the conversation any.
So you're saying 40,000.
Okay, so we're still that's
See, I don't know. That doesn't sound. What about you, Michael? What do you think about those numbers?
Oh, I think Sideshow probably gets at least a third of whatever Hot Toys makes. If not,
a third.
Nefty?
I mean, I'm just saying they are the distributor for everything in the North America.
Right.
Yeah, but there's a lot of world left
in North America than there are anywhere else in the world, I would bet.
So you're saying that they get the majority of them?
Yeah.
They have to. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, whatever amount they made, whatever amount Sideshow has in stock right now, the reason why it's still in stock, again, it could be multiple things. A lot of people, again, didn't like that head sculpt, the updated head sculpt. So they could say, you know what? I'll wait for it to be dirt cheap, or I'll get it later on, or I don't even want it.
Yep.
That could be a reason why, those could be reasons why it's sitting. Number two, we're talking about her being a huge name character. Again, if she's so big, why is she sitting, and why is Bane gone?
Well,
again, we could sit and talk about Catwoman being a big name. She could be, absolutely. Nobody's saying that. Popularity wise, though, in the moment, with that comparison of those two figures specifically, Catwoman could be better than many other figures, but comparing to those two from the same line, male and female, any male will take it. You could do a Scarecrow over Catwoman. You could do a Bane over Catwoman. You could do a Ra's al Ghul over Catwoman. Any male figure, period, is going to do better than Catwoman.
So who's to say they didn't make 70, 80,000 Bane then? If Catwoman's the low threshold,
because those numbers don't even sound. Again, they could absolutely. I'm not saying that it's impossible. Like I said from the beginning, Hot Toys could do 1 million if they really wanted to. They got the manpower, they got the factories, they got everything. So it's not that they can't. It's not about them not being capable of. It doesn't seem realistic.
Let's push it back. Let's push the numbers back further and say that we think, because of the Catwoman name is why this female character is getting 60,000 made. Let's say that's not average. Average is closer to 40,000. Okay. So then do we think they're making 60,000 Banes? Do you think they're making, because then they'd have to be making 70 or 80,000 Batman, because Batman definitely sells more than Bane, right? Like, where are we going with these numbers?
Well, so that's why I'm telling you those numbers are ridiculous. Like, to me, that they're very, very outlandish numbers, because it's too much. If they're selling us on a limited batch of 1,200, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, right? These are apparently low numbers. These are limited amounts, right? 1,200, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So to me, a standard release could not be over 20,000. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense. And again, that could be a very low number, because remember, it's worldwide. So I could be completely off, and again, very low with that number. But if 2,000, and sometimes even the limited ones don't sell out, because look, there's still apparently Hong Kong had 300 commando troopers, and you can still find them on Toys for Kiddles. So what is real? And I understand that this is why they don't number them. You know,
So you're
they don't
saying
know
people
that
in
we're-
Brazil get maybe like a couple hundred copies for all of Brazil?
I'm telling you, we may think that
Like if we're getting a third of the copies and they're only making like 5,000 of a product, that means they're not even a North American based company. Why would they treat us so well when they've got the European market is huge. They have Australia, Korea, all these places. I don't know, man.
Don't forget, there's a lot, and I've heard a lot of this in the community for a while. There's a lot of countries, especially South America. It's very difficult for them to get their hands on hot toys. So that whole area, that whole continent, I feel like it's an iffy. People do get them. I'm not saying they don't ever get them, but it's not easy to get them, right? Yeah. So I can tell you that the reason why we feel like we get the most from Sideshow is because Sideshow is a huge money maker for hot toys. Period. That's it. So think about how many collectors are in the country.
But don't forget, with Sideshow's distribution, they also distribute to your mom and pop comic book shops.
Yeah, correct. In the States. Yep.
It's not just to us. So they do bigger numbers. They do bigger numbers than they're actually selling.
Correct.
I mean, they're selling them, but they're not selling them to individuals.
Correct. But remember, mom and pop shop how many pieces can a mom and pop, place location get?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like when they tell you like a new album reaches number one, they don't tell you that Target's got a contract with them and they buy up 2 million copies right off the rip, and that's why they go to number one.
Gotcha.
Individual people didn't buy that. It's a package deal.
Gotcha. Michael, what were you saying?
Where I get all my Hot Toys figures, I get them at my local comic book store, right? And he gets them all from Sideshow, wholesale.
How many does he get?
So, he can get whatever amount that he wants. Like I ordered four of the Dark Troopers when the Dark Trooper came out.
Oh wow!
Right, and he ordered 2 for himself. So he got a case, and I took home the nice case shipper on that.
So what's his cutoff? This brings up a good point, because if the comic book guy can get as many as he wants, that means either they're depleting Sideshow's stock or Sideshow can keep going back to Hot Toys. And we know they can't go back to Hot Toys infinitely because there's limited run and then they're done and they're on to the next figure. So that makes me wonder what's going on with that too. Because that would lead us to like with the waitlist stuff, that would lead us to like what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The thing with Sideshow is
there's some available,
Right. They have 2 different things going on. They have a retail front, which is what you guys see on their website. And then they have a wholesale front.
Right.
And that's all since they distribute to everyone in North America, they get it first. Right? So they get it before Big Bad Toy Store. They get it before all your mom and pop stores. They get it before Entertainment Earth. Because they get it first and then they ship them out to all these other companies.
Right.
Okay. So the wholesaler thing, you have about a 3-week window as a retailer to get your order in, and then that's it.
Wow. Okay.
If they sell out at the retail level, he can my local comic book store guy can no longer get it. But if it's still available at retail when it releases finally, he can send it in an order, and I can to Sideshow, and I can get another figure from him at my discounted price at my local comic book store, and done.
Michael, question for you. So what about? So obviously, if you're a customer of Sideshow, and you're buying wholesale, I'm going to assume, right? You said you could buy as many as you want. Obviously, why shouldn't you be able to, right? So how many does your local comic book store actually get in? Have you ever asked, like, how many of these did you get in, or no?
As far as figure to figure, it all depends.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I know for a fact he's got one guy that essentially buys like all the Marvel stuff. And I met this kid one time, and this was a young kid. He was like maybe 24, okay? Max.
Oh, my age.
Yeah, really your age. Right? And he starts quoting off like, I got 139 Hot Toys figures and blah, blah, blah. And he had 3 stacked on. It was the Spider-Man that just came out with that Super Deluxe base. Right? I'm like, that's great. You have 139 Hot Toys figures. Anyway, okay, great. I'm glad we're keeping count.
Michael, how does it work?
He gets I saw his back room that this guy's got in his comic book store, and he doesn't have that much space really. He has maybe a couple warehouse racks filled with nothing but orders for people to pick up for Hot Toys.
Michael, I count my figures.
I lost count a long time ago, man.
No, but that's a good point. So where I was going with that is, obviously they can order as many as they want.
Right.
Obviously, every figure, they're not going to get the same amount of figure per figure, every figure, right? So they're not going to get 5 Catwoman, 5 Captain America, 5 Wolverine, right? It's not going to happen.
For the longest time, it was just me ordering from him.
So wait, so you walk in there and place your order, or he's already has them in hand and you grab them?
I just send him a text and say, hey, I need this, and he puts his order in, and I get it when it goes
so
up.
when they come up for pre-order, you order it.
How does it work? Yeah. How does it work for the stores when it comes to exclusive? The things that we got to get on the queue.
He can't. He had to sit in the queue just like all the rest of us.
Really? They don't get a little sidebar, the retail stores, and they tell them, "Here, is this for you guys?"
No.
Wow.
Not at all. And I can tell you what his discount is because he passes the discount on to me. So he's only spending I think it's 75%. On what the retail is.
Michael, I'm going to ask you for a huge favor. Send him the link to my channel.
What do you need?
Everything.
No, let me ask you something, guys. When it comes to the female body, because we're talking about the Catwoman, this and that, in your collection, is there any female body that you say, oh, this is awesome? Because every female body that I have in my collection is extremely fragile. It's not that posable.
WB 100 Wonder Woman.
That's okay.
Yeah, the silicone ones. Yeah, not the
best body
standard.
right now. But Hot Toys, body that.
Aren't you afraid with the silicone to move him around because they'll crack this and that? I mean, you got a male body, you can pose it up and call it a day. But I always feel that the female body, everybody's more.
Are you asking me if I'm a poser?
How dare you?
No, because we're talking about the Catwoman body, but I ask you, are there bodies out there in your collection with how many pieces you have that you can say all these female pieces that I have are awesome? I mean, they may be beautiful, but the body.
It depends. Like, for example, Bo-Katan, right? She's got a nice body. Casca Reeves, those are nice bodies. Why? Because they look bulky. They have, an outfit, a thicker outfit at that. But then you have Black Widow. She looks frail. She looks tiny. She looks weak. She looks
Gamora looks frail.
Well, it looks like you could, she looks like you could break her if you raise the arm the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because she's so little.
Yeah.
Spider-Gwen.
Spider-Gwen, that's another. She's super tiny too.
Very tiny.
And the wrist pegs, forget it. Those things are non-existent. So it all depends. Go ahead.
Pfeiffer's body will be closer to Gwen's when we get her, size-wise and everything. Because Pfeiffer is a small woman.
She's very, I don't know, she's very, very thin, like super, super thin.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll be like a Gwen body.
For Catwoman?
Yeah.
Should be a little bigger than that.
Exactly. I was going to say a little bigger. And I'm going to tell you, she's got to be something like either a Black Widow, a Kate Bishop style body.
Okay.
Kate Bishop's kind of tall a little bit, so she's actually would be perfect. Black Widows are kind of small, but yeah, I think staring right at me, the best one is that Kate Bishop body. She's like one of the bigger bodies. Uncarded also says, Jazz Inc. is making an 89 Keaton Power Pose figure to sit in the Batmobile, sold separately, of course, but he's already saying to his customers, don't expect it to be Hot Toys quality. Okay, Michael, what do you think of this? Is it something? So I don't know if you know what this means, but it looks like he's making a pretty much a molded statue that's going to sit, in the cockpit of the vehicle. So obviously, apparently, the price point is something like $175 from what I heard.
Yep.
So what do you think of something like that? Is this you? Let's say, for example, let's say you don't own anything, but if you owned a vehicle, as a collector, would you be like, oh wow, I could grab a statue, a molded statue of Michael Keaton to pose in my car? Is that something, again, as a collector, that that is appealing to you, something that you feel is necessary in your collection. You'll be like, oh, it's only $175 for this, for this statue that will look great in the car. Is
For
that
this
something
one instance, I can understand why he's making it, because you do not want to take your Hot Toys Keaton Batman,
correct,
and those legs, shove that figure down into the cockpit,
that take rubber,
and pray that it's not gonna destroy that suit in any way, shape, and form. So for that, I totally get it, but it better not be one of those things that's like.
Well, it's gonna. From what I understand, he said it's gonna be like he's gonna do them like a lot. So it's gonna be a thing that he's constantly gonna make these molded figures for these vehicles, apparently. So
that he's making.
That he's making. I guess
that makes sense. It's just like, here's an add-on bonus.
Exactly. And for $175 for a mold, that's kind of pricey. You know what I mean? You could call it licensed all you want. You could call it whatever you want, or you could call it illegal if you want. But I don't think that I don't think that it's going to be something that everybody needs in their collection. Again, people are going to do it. People are going to love it. Nothing wrong with it. But is it a smart move? We're going to find out.
He's targeting two audiences: his '89 Jazz Inc. audience and the Hot Toys '89 Batmobile, because the figure is going to be able to be fit in both vehicles. And for the people that have the Jazz Inc. Batwing, you can place it there as well.
Oh,
how old is
that's cool.
For those of you that have it, how well does that Robert Pattinson Batman fit on his Batcycle?
A Hot Toys one?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
I have mine on my cycle. It's very good.
Different suit.
And you have the cape that when you put them on the bike.
So I ended up because I have both. I have two. So I use the cape that came on the figure on the Batcycle, and then I swapped out the Batcycle cape for the one that was in the box for the one that's standing. So
you saw that cape in 1/6 kit?
Yeah, that was gorgeous. That was gorgeous, that cape. Yep. 100%.
Not bad price. Yeah.
Jay, your turn. What do you think of this?
What was the question again?
The bust.
Oh, the power pose?
Yeah,
I don't know. I have I got the Saturn Toys Batman and Robin 66, and I had been looking for the original Hot Toys for quite a while, and I picked them up individually shortly thereafter because I got some good prices. And then I took the Saturn Toys and I shoved them in my Batmobile.
Yeah, that's good.
And put the Hot Toys on display. Now, is somebody going to want to do that with an old Keaton Batman they have? Probably not. Yeah. So there is a need for this. I don't need it. I really think this is I think this comes down to like
there's a need for this. I don't need it.
How dare you?
Because quite honestly, I like that Batmobile with or without Batman and Robin sitting in it.
Well,
that to me doesn't really sell me on anything. It's not,
The reason why I was asking Michael the question I asked was, is it necessary in the sense of, are you really, obviously, depending on how you have your Batmobile displayed is how you're going to appreciate that figure being in there, right? So, for example, mine's up there. I'm never looking at that cockpit. There's nothing going in there, right? But if you have yours, down somewhere where you could leave the cockpit open, then you could enjoy something like that.
Sure, that's what I was thinking. Or maybe you want to show your friends the cockpit's closed, and then they come over and they go, check this out, and it opens up, and you're sitting inside it with all the lights on. It's kind of a cool little.
No, that's very cool. Again, but that's the thing: is everybody going to get that? Probably not. Are many people going to get it? Who knows?
It's like we say, it might be something you want, but is it $179 worth of something you want?
That's the thing.
It's.
I'll let you know in a couple of months. Or in a year, I'll let you know.
Having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Technical.
So you're definitely you're a little too excited for this, and I don't like it. So
you know what is like a leap of faith. I do it with third-party figures when I was coming into the game, and I do it with this guy. I mean, again, I'm 10 items in with Jazz Inc., and I can't complain.
Well, now you got to complete the whole factory. You know what I mean?
Excited as he wants about this. I get it.
Rudy says, "Oh, and the Catwoman he's going to have an early prototype, but they don't know what the body will be or the material or the suit.
Yeah.
So now, is he asking the community what type of material should we use, or is that just something that just didn't even come up?
Oh no, he said, he goes, we're not going to do pleather because the issues with pleather. But he said, other than that, you know, if he does leather's harder to make at that scale, from what I've heard, fold and crease properly.
Because it's got to be very thin and it's very tough. You got to treat the hell out of that.
So then what's left? Vinyl. He said rubber he doesn't want to do because it'll crack.
It has
What was
to
the
be
other thing?
skin-tight vinyl. It has to
Vinyl,
be.
right?
That's
It's
what
got
it
to
was
be
in the
vinyl.
movie. It was skin-tight vinyl and a black corset.
Yeah.
What are the Spider-Man suits made out of?
Cloth.
That Hot
Cloth
Toys
like a
makes.
rubber. Yeah, it's like a cloth,
Like a rubber.
a combination of cloth and like a rubberish type
Printed rubber.
material.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever that is, he's got to invest in something like that they could put a shine on, because I don't know how he's going to be able to form fit this suit with standard materials like vinyl, rubber. I just don't see it coming together. This thing has to be like painted on. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be painted on. Oh
It
my
does.
God.
It really does. Otherwise, it's going to look odd. It's going to look it's going to scream third party.
It's got to be this pliable. I mean, you can't do it any other way.
And look at the folds. And look at the folds on the elbows. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, that's without a doubt. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Period. You know, so it doesn't make sense. Bobby says, Yo said he'll send me one if I block Fabs. We'll be receiving mine in November. if that happens, guess what? You're gonna be sending me yours so I can do my video.
He didn't hear that. He already blocked you.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God. I wonder who these 40 people are. You know what I mean?
I'm curious who these influencers are that are going to get this early prototype, blah, blah, blah. Because there's plenty of people that are out there in the community, not the community, this toy collecting hobby crap that we do, who collect 1/6 and have like giant platforms, like way bigger than some people that we.
You know what? Now that you mention that, he should send one to Denobi. Denobi will call it down the middle. He will. He'll call it down the middle.
He should send it to.
He'll call it down the middle. Denobi. Yeah.
He should. He should send it to someone like Anthony's Customs.
Yeah.
Anthony's Customs will rip that thing apart.
D9 as well.
Rip that thing apart.
D9 will be critical as well.
Yep.
All I know,
he will give it a fair assessment. If it's bad,
absolutely.
He will tell you straight up. Okay, I've held 1/6 figures before, but this is not a great 1/6. If it's bad, he'll tell you it's bad right from the get-go.
All I know, guys, is this is all I have to say. Yost, if you're watching, this is what I think of Catwoman already.
Oh my chance.
So please send me one. Oh my God.
Don't comment mentioning that vinyl also deteriorates with time in the comments.
Yeah. 7 years. He said he couldn't get a company to guarantee their silicone bodies past 7 years.
That's another thing. Yep.
Well, you're not going to see the body anyway, so why does it have to be a seamless body and a silicone body underneath?
Well, I mean, it has to be, because if you have a jointed figure with a skin tight suit, all you're going to see is joints, and that's going to look horrible. So,
but you see it mostly on like shoulders, like the Spider-Man figures lately that they came out with, the Andrew and the new one that's out, the Final Swing. You can see the shoulder separation and shit. It's weird. I do like a seamless body even underneath the suit better. Plus, here's the thing: you can swap those bodies out later. I mean, I suppose you can with standard bodies, but I'm saying that 7-year guarantee thing is only from his vantage point from a business that he wants to guarantee his figures for life or for longer than 7 years, so he can say he's putting out a quality product. But me as a consumer, I don't care, because if these things 7 years, if I want to swap them out, I can swap them out. It doesn't matter. That's the beauty of like Fison being there. You can get whatever you need whenever you need it if you want to put in a little work. These things are not rocket science. They're figures with suits on them. You can take them apart, put them back.
Yeah, they mentioned if he was gonna have like a zipper for that same purpose. If you wanted to swap out,
that would be a great idea.
I don't remember.
That's a great idea.
That would be a great idea, but it would have to be the most seamless type of zipper you could ever find in history of figure making. Because if it's not done properly, it's going to look very ugly and very unprofessional. We got Card. It says Yo says about the Keaton Batman won't be a full figure for legal reasons. He's saying it's an accessory, and supposedly Michael Keaton approved it. So let's get let's get into this comment real quick. So this is where it always bothers me when they talk this bullshit. Okay, so listen to this. Michael, the Keaton Batman won't be a full figure for legal reasons. Okay, what are the legal reasons? Okay, he's licensed by WBDC, whatever it is. Okay, so what is the legal reason there? Clearly, like I mentioned before, I mentioned yesterday, prior, J&D's making the Bat Arbery and Batman and Bruce Wayne, so is Hot Toys. Therefore, WB gave the license to two people to do the same thing at the same time. So clearly, that's not an issue. Okay, and 2 1/6 scale companies at that. Maybe they justified it as, well, one's making silicone and the other one's not. Who knows? But clearly, it's a thing, right? They're giving licenses to multiple companies at the same time for the same product, for the same line, for the same everything. So where is the legal problem here? You're no longer illegal. You're legal now. So where is the legal problem? So that doesn't make sense to me, number one. So it's always, I feel like it's always, the licensing issue, I feel like it's a cop-out. It's a way out. It's an excuse to justify some bootleg shit. Number two, the fact that it's a molded figure and painted figure. Again, this is the second time that he's talking about approval. Michelle Pfeiffer, I understand, right? It's a whole figure. What is Michael Keaton approving? His faceplate? So this is why I bring this up. He keeps bringing this up to the community to hype it up over nothing. Because you really think Michael Keaton said, yeah, you can paint my faceplate my color? What? So that's why he's building up. He's building up. He's building up with his wording. He's building up with what he's talking about. He's building up momentum. He's building up hype. That's all that is happening right now, because I can tell you, what permission would you need if you're not making a head sculpt, which he's not? It's literally a mold that's going to be painted. The mouthpiece is going to be painted. And I don't even know if it's a mouthplate, because remember, this is not going to be, he said it himself, it's not going to be a full figure. So what are we expecting? We're not expecting mouthplates. We're expecting a Batman figure sitting there. So what do we need permission of? To paint it his skin tone, to paint it the Batman's, you know what I mean? So he's throwing things out there for you guys who swallow everything up to be like, oh man, look at him. He's linked up with Michelle Pfeiffer. He's talking to Michael Keaton. He's getting everything. His company's gonna blow up with these figures.
And Danny DeVito, the Penguin.
Yeah, there you go, the Penguin. So he's got, he's best friends with all these people. So this is what my point is. I'm doing this. Can it be true? Absolutely. Does it make sense? Absolutely not. So that's all I'm saying. That do not swallow everything that's being shoved down your throats. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Don't start calling this the best figure of the year, the best of the history. Just keep it in your pants for a little bit. Wait until we get something, tangible, something that we can say, all right, this could either go really well from here or really bad from here. And then we could judge, we could gauge, we could whatever. But I don't get excited for things like this, because what is there to be excited about? Nothing. It's words that can change at any moment with a bullshit excuse. Literally can at any moment. Oh, guys, so, I told you that we were going to do this, but due to blah, 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 we no longer can, because, and that's all it is. So they get you hyped up for something that then, for whatever reason, can't work out. It's causing delays. It's causing them problems in production. And then, well, guys, so we tried to, but and they'll come up with money, so you don't complain about it, because you'll say, if we do it the right way, it's going to cost us more money. And even though in the past he has done projects saying, we're supposed to do this and it's going to cost this, but I'm going to do it anyway, at no cost to you guys. He has done that in the past. He's not going to do that all the time. And I still don't believe he has done that. he could say that he has done that. Do we know that he has done that? Absolutely not. Right? So that's my thing. Do we believe everything he says? I don't believe anything anybody says until I have proof. That's just how I operate with everything. You can tell me whatever you want. If I don't know, if I don't see proof for myself, I'll listen to you, but I'm not going to go repeating things that you said without me having no proof of. You know what I mean? So that's how I do it. Rudy also says, he asked about posability and he seemed unsure about it. That figure needs to be posable. So there you go. So now we have hesitation with response to posability. Like we talked about yesterday, for those who watch and for those who didn't, I'm going to repeat it again. A figure like that, for those who watch the movie, if you see her flexibility, you see the cartwheel she does, you see all this fancy movements that she does. Again, nothing crazy, but that body better be able to do a full cartwheel if you want to pose it that way. Legs got to open wide. You can't worry about the seams ripping, the stitching ripping, wherever you decide to stitch it or sew it up. So all these things are very, very important. And if you're planning on having her just in a museum pose, I can tell you right now, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a huge problem because in that case, just make a power pose.
Well, that's the problem I had with it. Like sometimes he said, okay, so he says he's not sure what the suit material is going to be. The body's going to be custom, but they don't actually have it yet. So one thing kind of affects the other. You got to kind of have a foundation where to start from. Now, everybody's saying they want maximum posability. Hot Toys has the disclaimer that they go for realism, posability be damned. If you can pose them, good luck, but we're going for realism first. So he does kind of have that clause to get out of all posability. She won't be able to put her hand up like this. It's a vinyl suit in 6 scale. Ain't gonna happen. Don't even get that shit in your head, people. But the idea is maximum posability. So the figure itself should have a lot of articulation. And then the suit needs to display a very wide range of maneuverability without tearing, wrinkles that stay, creases that stay, things like that.
That's another problem.
Very glossy.
And Hot Toys has been chasing this problem with collectors' feedback for years, trying to get these things nailed down. So he says he's working with some of the best of the best and former Hot Toys employees and this, that, and the other thing. But you still, like we say, the Hot Toys is the king. You still aren't at the level of the king. So how can you guarantee me you're going to give me the king's quality?
Thank you.
That's why I still have hesitation. It's like, I know he wants to produce this and he's going to say this is what we're shooting for, but realism is a bit different. He's also saying, like, if you want rooted hair, that's like a higher tier. Like, we're going to need more people.
That's down the road. That's down the road.
Yeah, but if you're going to make the battle damaged one, part of that is hair sticking out of her suit, right? So isn't that, I mean, it's not actually rooting. You could put it underneath the suit and have it sticking out. But does that mean, like, if we just get the standard version, that's like doll wisps that stick out and it looks terrible? And if you get more money, you'll make those hairs look like real hair? Like, it really does matter. I've seen some of those third-party custom cat women, and I'm not impressed with those little whiskers popping out here and there. It looks stupid. So that does require attention.
Jay, you said we can't expect. Go ahead, Daphne. No, go ahead.
Are there two types of battle damage? Because I've seen the one with the hair sticking out, and then I've seen another battle damage with no hair sticking out, her face all torn up and the suit torn up.
Yes,
no hair.
Maybe.
So there are. So what happens is in the movie, when she gets beat up, and then she gets fully destroyed. So those are the two. So there's a clean, a mid battle damage, and a full battle damage. So that's what it is. But Jay, I was going to ask you. You said we shouldn't expect the arm to go up, right? Like that because of the suit. Can we expect
the strands for the?
You know that's my favorite fucking clip.
Oh man!
Look, I'll pay double. I'll pay double if my Catwoman head pops off like that randomly in the middle of the night.
Oh, Lord. I'll pay double.
I'd love it. I'd be like, mine's the only one that the head pops off on its own.
Bob says he's working with a customizer, right? Should have some sort of decent guidance. Well, that's the problem. If you're asking for guidance from the community and you're working with a customizer, why are you bothering with the community?
Oh, here's the other thing he said too, Fobs. Remember we were talking about where's he get his stuff made?
Yes.
They were saying how, okay, you get the great sculptor, you get the great painter, but they had the team. They only make the prototype and then it gets passed down to the production.
Yep.
And so they were like, what's to guarantee us that the production is going to come out as good in the beginning, kind of like Hot Toys maintains that level of quality. And he said, he goes, we're working with the same companies that the Hot Toyses of the world are working with. In other words, anybody that's reputable in this game is using these companies. So he admitted that he's using the same companies to produce.
Now, question. So I'm going just strictly by what you just said. Hot Toys has their own companies, their own factories. They do everything in-house. That's why everything that they make is branded. Even recently, they started branding their head sculpts. I don't know if you guys realize in the back of their necks, they put Hot Toys on them now. That never happened before. So everything that they make, I can guarantee you is in-house. Can they get pieces made elsewhere? Probably, but I can guarantee you most likely no. That's why they try to keep their stuff private. That's why they try to keep their stuff, to themselves. So the fact that you just said that he said, I'm using what the people that Hot Toys uses. In what sense? In what sense? Because if Hot Toys has, and again, it's not, I'm not saying this. We know this forever now, that Hot Toys has multiple factories to do this. So you're going to tell me that he said that he's using what? Hot Toys as factories or Hot Toys as friends? Like, what does that mean?
He said the Hot Toys of the world. In other words, if you're a big scale company that's making six scale figures.
Okay, could be an example. If it's not Hot Toys, then who? Enterbay? No.
Blitzway?
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking.
Blitzway out of this. Keep Blitzway out of this. Keep Blitzway out of this.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense for that to even be said. That's why I was asking you, because so he's using whose company? Again, Blitzway, 3-0. You know what I mean? So that's right.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, there's like 3 companies that make them for all the brands that we can name. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So if Hot Toys has all their own proprietary and they don't do anything out of house, I'll take your word for it because I don't know.
Well, I'm
telling you, everybody else is using the same 3 factories.
See, I don't know. That can't be possible.
Why? That's what they do.
That's where you get the third parties espionage.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that companies don't commingle with each other. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Hot Toys themselves, I doubt at their level, they're going to hire a factory commingling with third-party companies to steal this shit. I can guarantee you, I may be completely wrong, but that doesn't make sense for a company that big, period. Again, can they get things made somewhere else and they could send pieces to be made elsewhere? Absolutely. I'm not saying they can't. But
head sculpts and stuff, sure. But you're telling me pieces of armor for stormtroopers can't be made in Taiwan or some other, or maybe in some low market Chinese.
Well, that's the whole point of the factories.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's not proprietary stuff. That's like, what secrets are there for people to find out? They're making another storm. You know what I mean?
Well, so number one, the way they design their figures. Number two, the way their panels are. How come we don't see? If that's the case, right? If we know Hot Toys makes whether it's stormtroopers or clones, 24/7, 365. How come we don't see reproduction of these clones or stormtroopers by these third-party companies all the time?
Because of the mouse, bro. Locked down, bro.
So that's my point. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, because if that's the case, they're commingling and they're sharing factories. Guess what?
Yeah.
Hey, don't you have the molds for that? Make me some, under the table. I'll make my own figures out of that. Who is Hot Toys going to say, hey, those are my molds? No, because they share companies anyway. So who's going to know? That's my point. So it doesn't make sense. I'm not saying it doesn't happen with other companies. I'm not saying that. It's very likely that it does. But Hot Toys, being the beast that they are, I doubt that they're going to put themselves in a situation or a position to get their stuff stolen from, copied from. Again, you mentioned the head sculpts. Those are privately made by the people they hire to make those head sculpts. Obviously, they share them on their social media when they're allowed to. We see them when we're allowed to. We see them when Hot Toys decides to share that stuff. So that's a different world. And even that, they recast. These people recast. So they can't even get away from getting the head sculpt stolen. So that's what I mean. They're going to try their best as a company, just like Jazz Inc. did when they got their license. they're going to try their best to not have other companies know what their next move is going to be. And again, you're going to tell me Hot Toys is perfectly okay doing that? Never. That's my point. You know what I mean? Again, we could all be wrong, but it doesn't make sense to me. And that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm pointing out the fact that it doesn't make sense and why it doesn't make sense. Not that it's not possible, but knowing Hot Toys and the type of company that they are, I can guarantee you they're like, we don't want anything to do with these peasants. We don't want to be associated with these people. Absolutely. You know they do, because they know that they have to think that they're better than everybody because they don't even commingle with the community anyway. So that alone speaks volumes of how they're going to treat their products. So they're not going to be like, hey, Infamous Factory, can you make me my new Batman? What? Never. So that, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. But can they? Absolutely. Uncarded said, he said that Sean Dabbs and Viola are the ones who designed the Keaton Power Pose and Catwoman figure for him. Okay. Good luck. Please be careful speaking about 1/6 bodies in front of Cobras. This guy. Says, I'm a little optimistic. The fact that it's licensed as well. Well, we know, Bob, and now see, this is what happens when you come on my stream talking inexperiencedly. Okay, this is why you shouldn't say these things, because license does not mean better. So that's why that's not true. Faz watched the Colombian version. This guy, unbelievable. Pull up the picture of J&D Studios Fiverr statue for reference. Ooh, that's true. I'm going to do that. I have 6 Jazz Inc. products. The 22 Batmobile is the best they have made. From the other 5 items I have, I learned not to order until physical product is made and you could actually see it. Thank you. Exactly.
Yes.
That is the smartest way to do it. The problem is how they get you, though, is, you know, if you don't pre-order sometimes and it sells out, you're screwed. That's it. You're done. So that's where the FOMO comes in, and you're like, man, I don't want to miss out. I want to. And remember, we talked about this earlier. He cuts off his pre-order window. He leaves for a certain amount of time, and then he cuts off. So you can wait till the thing is available, but then are you going to get one? You know.
Well, that's where I said I want to see an actual prototype before I order one. And then I want to see the first one in hand before I order the second one. So I think I'm going to have to pass on the 2-pack because I won't want the battle damaged until I know he pulled that first one off well.
But also going back to one of the topics we had tonight, the 40 people that received this, they got to be critical. And listen, I'm not kidding. Make a move. Send it to one of those critical YouTubers out there. D-Knight, the Nobi. Send them to them. Don't call it right down the middle. You know, if it's bad, it's bad. It's good, it's good. I said it before. Josh, it comes from this community. He knows how critical this community can be. So he knows he has to bring his A game. You know, this is not, you know, if you, me, or Joker J, or any of us want to start a 1/6 scale company of figures, we know we got to bring our A game because we're going to be freaking crucified from all types of influences. All I ask, you know, the 40 people that are going to be out there with this in hand, which a lot of the people are going to be watching, be critical. And for Jones, send it to people that normally you wouldn't, that would be critical. Because they'll call it down the middle. And I ask, call it down the middle. It's good, it's good, it's bad, it's bad.
Nefty, you know, if you decided to make a 1/6 scale company, like your own company, you know, location, Canal Street.
Yeah, they make everything there.
And it'll be branded Hot Toys too.
Hey, listen. You was talking about Hot Toys and Jazz Inc. Hot Toys and Jazz Inc. can talk now. They're both licensed. You know, they're friends of each other now.
He said, and this goes back to some of the things you were saying before, Fabs, about like some of the things that he says. He said that with Star Wars, the reason he never popped up on he popped up on their radar, but they never did anything about it because he puts out so few pieces, it wasn't an issue. So they didn't come after him with a cease and desist. Then, so with the Batman thing too, he doesn't want to, when he's saying legal, I think it's just he doesn't want to piss Hot Toys off. He's playing in their backyard and they're ignoring him. So he's like, just let me play in my little section of this yard back here as long as I don't piss the dog off and the dog starts barking at me. Now, wait a minute. The reason I think he said that is because he said he would be willing to go to the table with InArt and Hot Toys and say, whatever you guys want, you guys take, and I just want the stuff you guys won't do, like the deeper cuts of the 66, the deeper cuts of the 89. He just wants to fill out the background characters. He said he'd be happy with that.
They're gonna have.
I don't think so.
They're gonna have a classical sit down because he's friends of theirs now.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you guys something. Jazz Inc. is nobody to Hot Toys, so there's no conversation talking about nothing. What they have to do. First of all, the fact that they're licensed, they're not bothering Hot Toys. Period. What is going to end up happening is now that he's licensed, now Hot Toys is going to come in, and anytime there's something made, goodbye. That's what's going to happen. So by him saying, I want to have a conversation with Hot Toys and InArt so they don't mess with my money, I don't think so, because you're in a game. You're with the big boys now. You're licensed now. Anybody's ready to step on your toes. That's why you want to have some bullshit conversation about God knows what. Hey, guys, I'll leave you guys alone, but leave me alone too, okay? Never. Because, first of all, who are you to dictate what Hot Toys is going to do? Nobody. Who are you to dictate what InArt's going to do? Nobody. The only ones who could dictate, at least for InArt, to what to do is what? DC, apparently, because they dictate their prices. So that's not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening. He could dream, he could think, he could hope, he could do whatever he thinks. Hot Toys is not. You think, imagine this, Howard coming in to Yo's office to talk about God knows what. Exactly. So no, it's not happening. So now all of a sudden he's licensed. Hey guys, I would like to have a talk so you guys don't overstep on my figures and my projects. So I'll leave you alone too. But Hot Toys is gonna step on them like the ant that they are. Okay, the hell out of here. Jeff, who are you? What?
We need Mike in here. Get Mike in here.
Fabs is like that guy outside of the Wizard and the Wizard of Oz, where he's like, nobody talks to the wizard. That's Fabs. The guy's like, Yost is like, can you please just leave me alone? He's like, nobody talks to the king. How dare you?
Well, no, I'm telling you, because that's not a thing. All of a sudden, guys, I'm licensed.
Right.
The hell out of it. So stupid. Let's see what you guys are saying real quick. Until they saw that Catwoman on the bat cycle and Luch bought 3 of them. Oh my god. We bought 3 of them. Oh, we got Albert in the house. Wait, we're allowed to disagree with Fabs?
Never.
Dumb people love dumb people.
He's like, I didn't see that in the handbook.
Rudy says, I would say that woman has a bigger name than Bane. She's sitting because Sideshow ordered too many. Oh, Rudy, I'll teach you one day.
Rudy, we know.
Rudy,
You're wrong.
Look at what the Hot Toy Nightmare just put on.
Hold on, let me see. I'm so behind. Oh my god. Let's see. Oh, we got the King speaking Korean. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me say hello to the King. I have to do a different one for the King. Hold on. Let's do it here. This one. Well, long time. Thank you for being here, King. Thank you for coming to see your peasants.
Wow.
Let's see who else.
Does it really say anything in Chinese there, or is it like toast, monkey, trash can?
It's Korean, but I don't know what it says. I can never.
Oh, Korean. How do you know that?
Well, I know the symbols. I know
part
the
Korean?
Well, no, yeah.
You know the symbol.
It's like you part Korean. Yes, can't you tell in my eyes?
You read hieroglyphs too?
Imagine. Carter says, ask art in a box about how difficult it is to get Hot Toys in Brazil. Say exactly, it's a thing. Wait,
But they get them.
you will never know. What's that? Oh, that's the translation. Gotcha.
Oh.
Al says, I think it's like me when I tell a story about how big fish I caught in the exactly. No, it's true. It's true. 39 guys, please hit that like button if you don't mind. Please, I appreciate it. There's 32 of you guys in here. Please don't be cheap with the likes. You guys are enjoying yourselves. At least hit that like button. Don't be weird on my stream. Bob says, yeah, I ordered Clone Wars Obi last week from LCS. He ordered directly from Sideshow, where it's currently on waitlist. Said it will be here in a month. What's LCS?
Local comic book store.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I gotta find some around my way, man.
Damn Toy Gangsterkin's a very solid body. This guy, we're talking about the king, and we're talking about Damn Toys. Rudy's a rookie, that's why. Let's the only thing about basketball is they made the wrist pegs. Yo, those wrist pegs are a nightmare. Both of them. They're like slightly slanted like this, so it's like to put them in, they're weird. Oh, I hate it.
That's why I was saying, Fabs, earlier, that female figures that we have in our collection, I mean, in my collection, they're all like fragile.
No, they are. They are. They all those bodies are. They're very tiny and they look very fragile. That's, you know, when you think about the scale that they got to be compared to a male's figure, that's why they have to be that thin.
Yeah.
If there were no comparison to any male figures, obviously I feel like they would be a little bit bigger, a little bit thicker, right? To make them look, you know, a little bit more meatier, right? To give you more value for what it is. That, what do you call it? That Spider-Gwen, you know, that's a very tiny thing. You know, he paid like almost $300 for that thing too.
But that's why it came with 1,000 cardboard things and this and that, because they knew they were selling us nothing. Air.
For fights and body swaps, please contact. Caleb, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. You made it.
I'm doing.
Go, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button, please. What do you say? Fat, take it easy. It's just small 3-man family business. Grabs this guy, unbelievable. Bob's being disrespectful.
That was good.
Oh my
God. Good.
Too many things are up in the air with it, and also everything pending community input. So it's all going to change because everyone has their own opinions. Exactly. And it's all going to be, I mean, it's the worst thing to do. What I said was make your prototype.
That's his MO with any
correct, but it's not going to work anymore because a vehicle is one thing, a figure is another. So it's two different worlds. You know what I mean? And he's continuing this let's ask the community thing over the figures. It's not going to be the same. He should have made the figure, like I said yesterday, do the prototype, and then let the community tweak it and change it and fix it. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's gonna. I mean, whatever happens, happens. Don't even trust Sideshow yet with rooted Beetlejuice, let alone Jazzy.
Yeah, you know, he's not wrong. I've got my hang-ups about that Beetlejuice character because it looked great in the photos, and then when they had it live on the set that one day, the hair didn't look. It looked kind of like a pencil troll.
See, Uncarded says there's only a handful of dedicated toy manufacturer companies in China, and all of the big companies have them reserved for years in advance. Hot Toys does all its manufacturing in-house. It would only make sense. Again, even if Uncarded is completely wrong, right? Even if we're all wrong, and they all share warehouses and they share factories, for Hot Toys to do that, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. It would be the stupidest thing for them to do. If you're the number one company of 1/6 scale in the world, why would you risk all of your projects getting leaked? It doesn't make sense. And that's why I'm saying, again, I could be 1,000% wrong, but it doesn't make sense.
They probably have military level. They probably have like military level clearance to get in and out of that.
Exactly. I'm telling you that can't be a regular standard. Oh, everybody, it's just a regular, company where you just walk. I'm telling you, it can't.
I don't buy that at all. Did you see that documentary about the McDonald's Monopoly game being rigged? That guy was walking out. The guy who was in charge of printing up the tickets was walking out with the winners and selling it off to a family member. And all the people around him were getting rich, and he was getting kickbacks. Nobody was checking his key card.
Wait, tell me the story. What happened? I don't know.
You know the Monopoly game that McDonald's runs all the time?
Yeah.
When you
year after year, these people that won the $1 million prize or whatever were connected to this guy who was in charge of printing all the tickets.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he literally just told how he did. He just walked out with them. Nobody checked him. There was like very little security, and that was a huge scandal. Like I don't think. How do all these companies come out with the same figures at the same time? They know they all talk to each other. Sculptors talk to other sculptors. Artists talk to other artists, and there are things being made by the factories print a certain amount of things that everybody uses.
Right.
So I don't know, so I can't say with certainty.
I think more realistically, I think what happens is this. I think that they find. I could tell you things leak, just period. Things leak.
Sure.
But I can tell you that more likely what's happening is that somebody, whoever, is telling other companies the types of materials and things that Hot Toys may be using, and they'll go buy those types of materials and those type of things, maybe. But I'm telling you, I can tell you, and I can most likely guarantee you, Hot Toys is not sharing shit with nobody.
I don't think they're sharing it, but I don't think it's like a tight secret and locked up thing, because all these companies, they get 2 years out. Whatever figure you see when they put it up for pre-order, they've been mulling over that thing for at least a year already.
Correct.
So you're telling me these other companies just coincidentally happen to have their version of the same figure at the same time? No, they knew. They knew.
Correct. So if they always knew, we would be getting 3 companies doing the same figures all at once every single time, right? So like I said, things definitely leak, and I think they may know everything, but they pick and choose what they want to make. That's another possibility too. You know what I mean?
But I'm just saying, if they have to reserve, like Uncarded said, which I agree with them on that, is that they have to reserve these places in advance. Now, Hot Toys might do everything in-house. I don't know about that. You could be 100% right. But if you have to book this stuff up in advance, the person that's in charge of making those bookings goes home and tells their friend who's a sculptor at the other company, hey, guess who locked up November and September for X figure or whatever part that we know is for an Iron Man figure. So they're doing an Iron Man. That's how easy it happens, you know.
Well, that's the leak. Correct. That's the leak. Yeah. What I'm saying, Hot Toys is not part of that. I can tell you, maybe somebody working for Hot Toys will leak to other companies. Absolutely. They have friends with other people. Absolutely. But I don't think it comes from sharing anything. I think it's leaked from Hot Toys to elsewhere. You know what I mean? Luis, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Let's see what you guys are saying. How awesome would it be if Hot Toys announced returns 2-pack with Cam? Can you imagine?
Wow. That'd be a power move.
Imagine that.
That'd be a death blow.
That would be. So, again, I would never expect that, right? Ever in a million years. Can they do
why?
it? Oh, I would never. Well, again, like I said, like the same reason why I said that Hot Toys isn't going to come out of left field with a Catwoman, because they haven't made her yet.
My man,
they're ready. Go ahead.
That drops at 3 a.m. You're going live, my man. Live, bro.
Yeah, you, bro. And I'm waking you up too.
Right. I'll be there with you, bro.
So that's what I mean. I don't think it's coming because they've never made it before. We are at the second round of the Dark Knight, figures, and she was not part of the first round. She's definitely not going to be part of the second round. It would not make sense. Wait, we're talking about a different Catwoman. My bad.
89.
No, we're talking about 92. So if they were to make the Michael Keaton 92 Batman Returns figure, the reason why a double pack wouldn't make sense is, again, they've never made her before, right?
Well, what about the coming soon page? We've seen them bring out pre-production stuff to screw with people and be like, hey, look what we might do, so be careful. What about something like that,
So what did I say? Can they? Absolutely. 100%.
But I'm not even thinking a Shrek 2-pack. I'm thinking a Catwoman Batman 2-pack.
Yeah,
Like
that's what I would think. That's what I would think. A Batman Returns and a Batman and a Catwoman. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
like
what
maybe
I
with
would
his ripped cowl or something. You know,
That'd be sick. Yeah, both of them battle damage. A battle damage
Right.
double pack. That'd be sick. So my point is, they're redoing the 89, right? We're already at the 89, second release of the 89. We're gonna get to the 92, right? The Batman Returns figure is coming very soon. So now, can they take this opportunity to do it? Absolutely, absolutely. Just to mess with Jazz Inc. That's simple. Just to, and again, they could just tease it, never make it, to make people, number one, hold off on Jazz Inc. because they're like, oh, well, Hot Toys is coming. Let me wait. And that's going to be very detrimental to Jazz Inc. So, because they didn't do it before, I'm going to say no. But can they? You know they can.
I don't think so either because, like you said, they're not paying attention to Jazz Inc. because they don't do enough product.
Sorry, no, like I said, Hot Toys is very petty. Hot Toys is very petty too, and they'll come after them just for fun.
No. I think the reason it's not going to happen goes back to my first theory, the sit down they had. I want a piece of this, you get a piece of that. You got it, big guy.
Real talk, just like Hot Toys did the Armory is it? Exactly. And that's what I mean. They could do anything at any moment, whenever they want, because guess what? Who's going to tell them, no, we're not going to give you the license? Nobody. They are established. They are well known. I can tell you every company that makes movies, every company that is involved in comics, Marvel, DC, any of these companies, look up Hot Toys. I can guarantee you they already know who they are. But if they look them up, they'll be like, wow, these people are coming to me for my license? Absolutely. So they're never going to get turned down for anything. If they want it badly enough, you better believe they're going to get it. It doesn't matter what it is. The thing is this, again, they could do it just for fun. They could just come out of left field just to mess with Jazz Inc. And guess what? There goes Jazz Inc. You know what I mean? All this conversation we're having and all these streams are going to get shut down very quickly because, again, it's only going to turn people off. And you're going to have, obviously, the diehard fans, the people who really like him, who want to support him, right? Oh, we're buying it anyway. But that changes the game because those numbers aren't going to be 2,000. They may not even be 1,500. They may not be 1,000. So that changes his entire world. Like I said, Hot Toys will do that just for fun. Period. Because they can. Caleb says, oh yeah, we did that already. We got Matt Platter in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here. I heard you chose another stream yesterday. I heard you were somewhere else.
How dare you?
Don't you ever play with my heart, okay? Don't you? Hey, we got Barry in the house. How are you, my friend? Fabs, you finally came back. Came back to where? I've been here all day.
I'm doing.
My friend, thank you for being here. Let's see who's in here. We got Action Figure Academy. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
So, okay. So, again, like I was saying, Hot Toys. What do you guys think? I'm going to ask you, Michael. Michael, what do you think? Being around Hot Toys as long as you've been around, knowing how they, we mentioned it before, how they'll tease things that, for example, the Vulture, still waiting for the Vulture. 2 companies came out, they sold out, and we're still waiting for the Vulture. So clearly they do this on purpose sometimes to try to take, deter people from buying other things, from spending. Again, why do they care? Obviously for them to make the money, but it's like, why would you tease this? The other companies came out first. They made it. Where are you now? So could this be a tactic to turn people off? Absolutely. What do you think?
Oh, it totally is a tactic. Why not? They've been number one for how long now? I mean, they've been cranking out figures since 2006 or 7 roughly. So they're hitting almost their 20-year mark. Yeah, like they can do whatever they want. They can tease whatever figure they want. They can do it all. They've teased plenty of Star Wars figures that we have yet to see come to the light of day. Plenty of stuff. We've seen plenty of Marvel stuff. They've teased it. We haven't seen it.
Right.
We probably never will see it.
So now, do you think they're going to do this just out of spite?
Nah.
I don't see him doing this out of spite. I think there's some things that like actors' contracts or their likenesses are very they're on lock.
But remember that apparently he said Michelle Pfeiffer wasn't giving out her likeness until apparently it sounds like he's the first one. At least he made it seem that way.
You haven't seen a Michelle Pfeiffer version of her Grease 2 character in Barbie form ever, have you? No. I mean, even stuff like that, you just haven't seen it from her.
Right.
McFarlane hasn't even done it. And McFarlane has carte blanche to do whatever figure they want to do from anything.
That is true, too. Nefty, what about you? What do you think? Do you think they're going to make this out of left field to walk all over them for fun? Or?
Absolutely not. Because Hot Toys is king. Absolutely. But now we're in the license realm, right? Warner Brothers is going to tell Hot Toys, hey, these people have the right for it or the license for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is not a third party.
Wrong.
You know, so Warner Brothers is the keeper, right? They're going to say, Jazz Inc. has it, you don't have it now. Just the same way when it came to the
So explain this. So why does J&D have it, and why does Hot Toys have the same license for the same Bat Armory, for the same Bruce Wayne, for the same pinstripe suit? How does that? So if you're saying that
because it's regional at that point. Because these licenses are funny. So, some license will tell you can distribute from this corner to that corner of the world.
Right.
And this company, same product, but you can only stay in that side of the world. So I'm suspecting, without knowing all the details, that J&D has it for their region, and whatever that region, Korea, Australia, whatever, and Hot Toys has it here. And now, because now we're in the license world, right?
Right.
And Hot Toys is not just gonna just mess, because Warner Brothers is gonna be telling Hot Toys, hey, these people have it. You can't do with it. You can't do the fight for a body.
So the regional word that you use, that would make more sense, right? So they're in Asia, right? So it would be Hong Kong, obviously Asia.
And I don't know how it's broken up.
No. But I mean, from what I understand, right? It's territory. So you have Asia, you have North America, and then you have Europe, right? So I think that's how it works. So let's say obviously J&D is a Korean company, so they're in Asia, right? Now you have Hong Kong, also Asia. You got China. Well, Hot Toys is based out of Hong Kong, right? So that may be a conflict of interest. The fact that they're both in Asia doing the same thing, but it's happening anyway. That's my point.
And when it comes with license too, that they're so descriptive. So for example, Hot Toys has the license for the '89 Batman full body. Jazz Inc. doesn't. So Jazz Inc. can't cross that line. He can make a half body and stay within the parameter of not breaking, I don't know, the contract or the license.
Explain that. Explain that a little bit more.
Well, for example, from what I've seen in the community, when other companies that are licensed, they'll say, I have the license for a quarter scale figure. I can make all the Dark Knight quarter scale, but I don't have it for the 6 scale.
Right.
So I'm suspecting that Hot Toys has the 1/6 scale license for the '89 Batman. But if you're doing a bust, that's the gray area. You're technically not making a full body. So can Jazz Inc. go under that? And remember, at the end, Warner Brother is the keeper of all the keys, because they're the holder of the IP. So I'm suspecting, besides regional, when it comes to these types of contracts, there's also this definition of what you can do: 1/4 scale, 1/3 scale, 1/6 scale. Because I've seen in other shows when companies that are licensed talk about it, they'll talk about, I can do this, but I'm restricted in doing this. So, without knowing all the details, I'm suspecting it's kind of like how Jazz Inc. can get away with making the bus, and he kind of reiterated, I'm not making a full body. That gave me kind of like thinking, okay, there must be a clause that he cannot make a full body, because it makes sense. Hot Toys, whose figure is not even out yet, is coming out, '89, and they don't want their birthday party spoiled. They want all the hype when that body comes up. So, that's what I mean. There's the regional aspect of it, and then there's what you can do. you know.
So very quickly, guys, I just want to wish a very, very happy birthday to my friend Will in the house. Happy birthday, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day. Enjoy it.
Happy birthday, big man.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Have a very, very happy birthday. Let's see. Well, so continue on FD.
Well, yeah. So in summary, I suspect that these licenses are broken down regional and then the descriptive of 1/6, 1/4. You know, so one Jazz Inc. can go under the radar because he's not making a full body and he's not breaking the license contract that, let's say, Hot Toys has for the full body. And then when it comes to what you brought up, the J&D making the same figure, maybe that one is doable because he's in one region. And
But he did.
heard that. Yeah.
He did say, he goes, I can do anything Batman from 66 to today or something like that. He did say that though.
Yeah. So maybe does that mean that Hot Toys doesn't have the 66 because they don't care for it? I mean, because
no. He was saying,
that's what I'm trying to say. You could get, it clearly looks like multiple people could be doing the same exact thing. So it's not even
right.
Maybe they got it divided in regional because you can't have the two companies flooding the same market. I would suspect, right? Then you got to you got to cut the world in half and say.
But again, let's say so again, region wise, right? Asia would be China, North Korea, South Korea, right? Wouldn't that be considered all in that same region? So if that's the case, right? Because I don't think they're gonna. All right, we got China as one region, or China and Hong Kong with one region, and then Korea, North Korea, South Korea, a separate region. That doesn't make sense, right? So I'm gonna assume that the whole region is Asia, right? Okay. So if that's a region, why does J&D have the exact same license for a 1/6 product, same exact character, same exact accessory for the character? Batman, Bat Armory, and Bruce Wayne, same exact thing Hot Toys is doing in the same exact region of Asia. Clearly, that's not a problem. You know what I mean?
Well, look at 1/12 scale.
But say it again.
Look at 1/12 scale. All the figures that Marvel Legends make are made by McFarlane, DC Direct, all these other, there's all these other companies out there.
Right.
Jada Toys, whoever else, I don't know. There's a million of them. They're all making the same characters. Those are all licenses of DC and Warner Brothers, and
exactly.
So, and they're all stepping on each other's toes. They're all within the same scale.
Period.
Maybe at that scale, it's doable. It's allowed because it's a bigger market. It's cheaper figures, meaning not that cheap from what I'm hearing, what people are saying. But you can pump out more of those figures, and even the shipping is not as logistically nightmare as a 1/6 figure and 1/4.
But Nefty, the point is that it's still happening though.
Well, let me ask you something. Where does J&D sell?
Wait, Tuli, my friend, welcome. Tuli, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here.
I never bought J&D, but where do they sell only to? Somebody has to know.
What do they what?
Where does J&D sell our license to sell? Where? Is it just Korea, Australia? Where exactly?
Well, they got their stuff. They got their stuff in Australia, I believe, right?
Okay, that's one.
They got what was that that website?
Do they sell in China?
Don't they sell in Spec Fiction too?
Well, is that
something
legally?
Like that, right?
Is that legally?
I thought so.
I mean, not to knock Spec Fiction, but is that legally? Because sometimes you can find that they might have an outpost over there, and then it gets shipped to the United States.
Yeah, because J&D. Because J&D, if you look up, I want to say Spec Fiction had them for sale. I want to say Big Bad Toy Store.
I know Spec Fiction sells J&D, right? But I'm saying
Big Bad Toy Store, right? I think you said that, Joker J, at one point.
Yeah, no, not J&D. InArt.
Oh, okay. So we got.
But they're not official distributors. That's the thing. They're basically resellers. They're basically resellers.
There you go. Then you see. So they're playing within the loophole again.
Yes.
I'm not an expert. I'm just as I observe and I'm hearing from other people when they talk about their specific company. So my question is, if you want to get an idea, where does J&D legally sell? I know there's ways around it, but where? And then you can say, then after you find that out, you can say, okay, well, that means they sell here.
That's a tricky question because think about it. if we know that Sideshow, Hot Toys had Sideshow as their official distributor, and you have J&D as a figure company making a licensed figure, but they don't have a distributor, how does that, what do they do in that situation? Obviously, they have to go out of their way to find their own way of selling the product.
I'm thinking we don't understand licenses.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that shit makes no sense.
Because the more we talk about it, I thought like Nefty at one point, at first it was regional. Now, the more we talk about it, I'm like, I don't think it's regional. Correct. I think what it is the company has a brand that people want. And they say, if you want to make money off of our brand by making T-shirts, toys, rubber ducks, whatever the F it is, we'll let you do that. And you give us the licensing is a cut. It's like the mob. They want their cut. Yeah. You're going to make money off my thing. I want a cut of it. So I don't know if there is any licensing parameters other than the ones that are in the individual contracts. So there might be just getting the license gives you the ability to make Superman dolls, but it doesn't mean that you're the only one that can make them.
Correct.
It means you're one of the people that has a license.
That now,
but there are other contracts that might be regional, which is Sideshow's contract with Hot Toys, which is we control all of Northern America, and if you give that license to somebody else within it, now you're in breach of contract. Right. So I think it's individualized to the.
That makes sense, because I would have, we always thought, at least I thought that, right? You couldn't give any two companies the same license for them to compete over the same licensed product.
Yeah, right? I kind of did at first too, but the more we talk about it, I'm starting to think that doesn't really. I don't know.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, think about it. If I were DC or Marvel, whoever, it's not my problem that 15, 30, 45 different toy companies come to me to sell my licensed stuff, right? So how am I going to shoot myself in the foot over what? Loyalty? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I can't give you that because I already gave it to them. So, we don't really do that here. Absolutely not. They're going to make that money from wherever angle it's coming from, So, and now it makes it more obvious to me seeing J&D being in Asia and Hot Toys being in Asia, doing the same exact Bat Armory and Bruce Wayne. So that right there throws everything out the window regarding only one company could do this, only one company could do it. We can't say it's regional because there you go. In the same region, you got two. So it's becoming it's making more sense, a little bit more sense at least. You know what I mean? We're trying to make sense out of it at least. Carlos in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. You made it.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante. How you doing?
Welcome.
Yeah, there is a difference between veteran and expert. Nobody's an expert. A veteran just means you've been in the game for a while. You've seen some shit.
No. Wait. Whoa. I know you're not saying this, Jay, but I'm going to make it very clear. I'm going to make it very clear. I am a veteran. I am the Hot Toys veteran. I've been around Hot Toys for a very long time. I'm not an expert in anything. I've never claimed to be an expert in anything. I make it very clear when I know nothing about something, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't know everything about everything, but what I do know, I know it, and I will tell you, and you can go figure it out and look it up to find out that it's right. But I will never claim, I know this and I know that, because if I don't know it, why would I lie to you? You know what I mean? And I love these conversations because we can figure it out. We're literally trying to figure all this out while we're talking to each other.
Yeah, I can hear that one random D-bag in the background going, "Oh, you're supposed to know everything and you guys don't understand how." It's like, yeah, we're trying to figure it out. Not everybody's an expert on everything.
No. If you guys come on here because you think I'm an expert at anything, wrong. So you know what I mean? I love collecting. I've been collecting for a while. I've been around Hot Toys for a while. I have a lot of Hot Toys figures. That's why I called myself that. Just because I love the figures, I love the company, I love everything about it. So that's it. I never claimed to be an expert on anything. In fact, for the longest time, I was just literally strictly collecting. I was not involved in the community at all. I was not involved in anything. I was just getting my figures, boom, put in my collection. That's it, minding my own business. Like, there are tons of people in the community that we don't know anything about. right? That's why for the longest time you guys knew nothing about me because I didn't want to be known. I don't care to be known, and that's why I didn't care. People in the community forever, hey, you should do this, you should do that. Absolutely not. I don't care for any of that. Once I got into it, now I love this, and that's why I'm still here. But it's not because I need to be, known by anybody, or I need to be liked by anybody, or I need anybody's approval, or I need anybody's validation. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. And anybody who has anything negative to say about me, they don't know me. And it's that simple, So, but you're 100% true about that, Joker J, because it's true. There's always the scumbag going, oh, he doesn't know shit,
Yeah.
And it's not, it's not about knowing everything. We're trying to figure it out,
Nobody has all the answers. We're confab and here to kind of figure out what the hell's going on.
Exactly. And
I'll look it up for next time.
and to make sure that
What's that say? I've been in here. Oh.
And to make sure that Hot Toys kills Jazz Inc.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
I'm just kidding. We love Jazz Inc. Jazz Inc., send me one, please. So we have.
He'll be honest about it.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's kind of.
Be honest.
It's kind of I'm always on it. That's the problem.
No. I know you're good. I'm saying, but send it to people that are gonna.
It ain't me. I'm telling you. You know what my number is out of those 40? 41.
1,000.
1,000. It's like, hey, what number are you on the queue? 42. Oh, you're not getting shit then. Unreal. Let's see who else is in here. Nathan, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you.
I'm doing.
That is why I say dolls.
Why?
So that people say stuff like this. I like to put salt in the wound.
It's action figures, not dolls. Carlos, thank you. Always very interesting points. No, thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate you being here. WB Asia is different licensor than WB North America. There you go. So even more specific. More specific. So they're licensed by Asia twice. J&D and Hot Toys licensed by Asia twice. So clearly it's not an issue. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you for that, Uncarded. You're not an expert, but definitely an excellent inside joke.
Two-way!
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Oh man. China. Fabs, you had me at Inorts. You had me at Inorts.
Don't start, Will. I know it's your birthday, but don't. Come on. We're having a good night.
Caleb says, just 20 years from now, Inner will have been dropping figs over those 5 years, 5 figures total. Oh, man. Caleb.
How dare you?
Oh, man. All right, guys. So anything else you guys want to say before we're out of here?
Yeah, Nefty, don't go anywhere.
All right. Really?
You always run away when we stop the stream. You're always gone. We want to talk to you.
When he said it's over, I turned it off.
No, stick around.
So guys,
I'm making a power move tonight. I'm under the I'm submitting a bill to the Minister of Finance, and I'm dropping on the Jazz Inc. Batman computer system. He's gonna drop it to 1499. I like that number. And I like what he
wait, didn't he say he oversized that too for whatever reason?
No, he talked about the chair. Yes, he talked about that the chair was oversized to make up, I guess, the difference of the oversized Batman.
So he blamed Batman, Hot Toys' Batman being oversized and his chair being tiny. So then he's like, well, we took 15 different what do you call it? Samples, and we decided with this one, but Hot Toys made the figure way oversized. So how is that my fault? So what did he say now?
Well, no, so he made the chair now bigger to accommodate the figure now. So that was one of the updates. And also, as he made the chair bigger, he had to raise the first level of the computer, base a little higher now to make room for the legs and everything. So you got the desk up here and the legs are gonna come here. So to make up the difference. So, and he's dropping it down to 1,499, and so I'm gonna jump on it. You know,
Also,
under the Father's Day gift.
$1,000 for a playset?
No, 1,499. With shipping, will be
he's like $1,000. He's like, no, dummy, 1,500.
1,500.
How big is this thing?
I'm always truthful. Not 1,500, right, Joker J? It's
No.
1,500. When you add the 320 delivery, so I'm saying $2,000. $2,000.
Yep.
So, guys, for those who weren't here yesterday, I don't know if you watched the stream yesterday, but it looks like what did you say, Michael?
I said, damn, $1,500 for
it's you. It's
for
you.
a giant computer screen to park your figure at.
Michael, but the good thing is that after you put down the $500 deposit, it's only an easy monthly easy payment of what, $150 for the next 3 years. So it's very convenient, and he makes it very, very easy for us to afford it. You know, but what I was saying, guys, for those who didn't watch the stream, I don't know if you guys know, but Donald Trump left me a message, and I'm very proud of this message, guys. I never thought he was going to leave me this message, but here it is for those who didn't hear it yesterday.
I have many, many friends and many, many hot toys, but Fabio is my friend, even though I have more figures than him. But don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe. Make figures great again.
I love that he has more figures than you, and he made sure we knew it.
He's my friend, but I have more figures than him. Oh, man. And as always, guys, we have to give you some action before we get out of here. And here we go.
I am a god, you dull creature, and I will not be bullied by that. Puny god.
Oh my God. All right. Nefty, anything coming your way? Are you getting any figures? Are you expecting any figures? Did you order anything besides Jazz Inc. lately?
I just got the Catwoman delivered today, finally. Just arrived today. So
the Hot Toys?
Yeah, finally. Hot Toys Catwoman got delivered.
You didn't open it yet, right?
No, not yet.
Yeah, let me know.
So I had to go. I don't know how Mike does it, man. I had 33 boxes that I opened up this weekend, bro. And I still got boxes to go through. Because I was holding out for the Magic case, so I'm trying to set it up. But oh my God.
No, I was gonna say, if you don't like the Catwoman, you know my address. Joker J, anything coming your way?
Scarlet Witch will be here tomorrow. And then I think I'm gonna body swap that Wanda out because I like her better without the cape on, and I hate those shoulder joints. And so I think that's what I'm doing right now. And then I got a billion things that'll be coming any day after that, one thing after another. I got for anybody that cares, Return to the Living Dead made a trioxin barrel that the tar man comes out of. I got that thing.
I remember that.
6 scale, and it comes with a little half dog, a little half dog that was in the movie that they were beating with the bat. And anyway,
it was cut in half or something, right?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Listen, so I just got that from Trick or Treat Studios. That was kind of cool.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I know you're thrilled.
Will says, Fabs, I wore your Fabs figure shirt at work, and the kids asked me, "What's an abs figure?" The F was scrunched under my under my armpit. Unbelievable. We got Axel in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Friend, you made it. Welcome. Go vote for Trump, guys. This is gonna sound crazy, but I'm gonna tell you right now. I hope I'm 100% wrong, but there will be no election. Michael, anything coming your way?
I'm still waiting on my commando trooper to show up.
Did you only get one?
I only bought one. Because he was $400, and I said, I can wait for a recolor to buy another $400 figure. It'll come eventually. I'll get a chrome one someday or something like that whenever that one shows up. I'm waiting on that Shaquille from Brandon still.
Okay. Yeah, I think Brandon usually shits within the first 3 to 5 months.
It's on the way, but it's here. The Commando Trooper is close. Like, it's the next state over right now from me, but he's not here yet. He'll probably be here by Thursday or tomorrow or the next day.
Michael, question for you.
I just got Anakin in.
Wait, what happened to the old room you used to stream from, where you had the flash and all that stuff?
Oh, I still have it. I'm just.
Oh, okay. You just,
nice.
you just switched.
Is that a Wonder one? What is that?
That's a 1-1 suit. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing is the original one too. Look at that. Gorgeous.
Wow, that is dope. Look at that thing.
That is beautiful.
Nice.
Look for you.
That is awesome, Mike.
For you guys who didn't think Michael collected, there's his collection right there.
There you go.
That is awesome.
I collect. Yeah, I
He's
collect.
he's just trying to be humble and not show it off.
Yeah.
Do you wear that thing and like go to the post office to pick up your hot dogs?
No,
I would wear that thing everywhere. I would wear that thing to the store to pump gas.
No, you wouldn't. It takes 2 people to help me put that thing on. For one, once I get it on, I need 2 people to help me peel that thing off my body.
Yeah, there ain't no going to the bathroom, is there? Right?
Oh no, I've been like, I was going to go to a con in it last summer, and I said, there ain't no way. It's like 100 degrees out.
Dude, on a hot August afternoon.
Can you imagine?
I would have been sweating buckets. And if you guys ever watch like any like YouTubers that do cosplay and they wear those muscle suits, like
those rubber suits, yeah,
those rubber suits, and they're trying to put them on and everything. I'm like going, how did he get that on by himself? For one, I mean, it's impossible to put that thing on. I can't even like reach in the back and zip it up. I'm not that flexible anymore.
Especially when it's hot outside. Can you imagine the smell? It smells like monkey balls. So guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.